Hey guys, how the hell are you? Today we are doing an all-new unbiased gear review on the all-new Direwolf Overdrive from Highwind Amplification. So let's quickly go over the specifications of this pedal. So we have 4 knobs here. We have a level control, drive, tone, and then this is a blend knob that allows you to blend in the dynamics of your original clean signal running through this pedal. You have 4 switches. You have, first of all, a 2-position bite switch, a 3-position growl switch, which all has different characteristics on each position. You have a mode switch, which allows you to go between 3 different clipping modes: LED, lift, and MOSFET. And then you also have a 2-position boost switch. So this is something that kind of came at just the right time for me. I think I finally have my recording setup figured out to where I can actually use a real amp now. So I began shopping around for the perfect overdrive to put in front of my my rig. And that's when Jordan from Highwind hit me up and he's like, "Hey man, can I send you a pedal to review?" And needless to say, I don't really think I'm going to be searching too much anymore. So I absolutely love the versatility of this pedal. It is a nice Tube Screamer-esque overdrive pedal, you know, but it's not one of those ones where you've seen one, you've seen them all. There's a lot going on here with all the various switches and options that you've got. The 3 different modes, to me, all sound fairly different between them. Not dramatically different, but different enough that it's kind of cool to play around with the 3 to see which one you like best. With the growl switch, I love being able to flick that sucker down a little bit if I really want to clean up and make the tone a little bit more crisper. But at the same time, one of the things I love is a good Tube Screamer overdrive that colors the tone. So I love putting that growl knob up so that I can get a little bit more of a boost in the low end from that. That being said, that is one thing that I would probably call out. I would love just a little bit more low end from this pedal as an option, just for the purposes of shaping the tone and coloring the tone a little bit in front of the amp. That would make this, in my opinion, the perfect Tube Screamer overdrive. As it stands, though, it's probably one of the coolest, most transparent overdrives that I've ever put in front of an amp. It just makes everything super crisp, super clean, super kind of shimmery, for lack of a better description. You know, it's not overly bright unless you really, really crank the treble on your amp. Really, the drive that you get out of it is heavy enough that, I mean, you can even run it straight into a clean channel with the drive boosted up like you saw in the demo song that I did for this video, and it still gets a tone that's pretty heavy, pretty rockin'. But that being said, I'm not going to talk about it too much anymore. Let's just go right on into an actual demo where we kind of go over what all the different knobs and switches do. So for the purposes of the demo portion of this video, I will be using my Framus television with Seymour Duncan Alnico 2 Pro humbuckers. We will be running the demo into a Randall Satan 50 head, and from there we are running it in through a 2 Norts torpedo captor and into the torpedo wall of sound plugin. First of all, this is how the clean channel sounds with no overdrive in front. And now let's run it into the Randall Satan's high gain channel. So my final thought is that this is about as close as I've come to the perfect overdrive. It really reminds me of an OD that I bought several years back that I loved the tone of. It was my favorite overdrive up until this point, but I got rid of it because when you opened up that pedal, it was just such a horrible mess on the inside. The customer service from that company was super lacking. It seems to me like that is totally not the case with this. The inside is pretty clean. It's pretty crisp. It's not a fucking rat's nest like my aforementioned previous favorite overdrive pedal was. And it's just really well put together. Jordan's an outstanding dude. He's been able to help me with a few things on Facebook before whenever I've had questions, even before I knew he was building pedals. So, I mean, you know, take that for what it's worth. He's always been a stand-up dude to me. So I'm pretty sure that that's going to carry over and translate to excellent customer service from this company. I'll let you guys be the judge of that, but so far, if from the product, the impression that I get from the product, I think that this is going to be one of those overdrive pedals that really takes the market by storm and really just kind of shows everyone else what they really ought to be doing. So Arnold, what are you drinking today? I am so glad you asked. Today I am having, I've actually been waiting for this one. This is hopefully going to be really good. So this is from Silver City Brewery. This is their Belgian strong ale that's called the Giant Made of Shadows. It's a beer that they've been making for a while. It's a really, really cool limited release beer that they've had. I've heard from other people that they absolutely love it. So I'm really, really excited to try this out. Kind of a dark caramel red color with a tan head to it. Forgive the lighting. It's very, very dark and gray here in Austin, so not exactly the best for checking out the color of the beer. But take it from me, it's a very, very dark, kind of hazy red color. Despite the really, really beautiful appearance of it, not really that distinct of an aroma to it. Ooh, but the flavor is definitely there. So the flavor is pretty clean and crisp, despite the fact that it's a Belgian strong ale. Definitely detecting something that seems like a very, very slight dry hop to it, which is not a bad thing at all. Quite the contrary. When it comes to hops, my favorite is when it's dry hopped, because then it doesn't seem so bitter to me. Some notes of like, very slight notes of toffee in there and caramel. Just totally coats the mouth when you drink it. It's not super thick like a stout, but it's definitely a Belgian strong ale. It just really, really, really fills up your whole palate when you're drinking it. It's just really good. It's really, really good and solid. So I would say maybe a little overhyped from how people were describing it to me, but still very, very, very good, very solid. So that's it from me. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. There's a lot more gear reviews to come, and I'll see you in the next video.